chat. How are we doing today? Welcome in, welcome in. Gonna wait a couple minutes and I'll give you all a proper greeting while I get out of my work parking lot and get on the road. So, welcome in everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. What is that? Sorry guys, something weird on my leg. Not sure what it is. Probably more dead skin. I don't know. This summer's been really rough on my legs. Oh, I peeled them 1,000 times and I still feel like rough wrought iron. Anyway, guys, welcome in, welcome in. It is Archon Delight with Snook Fam channel. On the way home from one job, on the way to number 2. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Anybody got an idea of a title we should give this segment, since I do it almost every day? If you notice, I am back in the van. My daughter is fully capable of driving her vehicle now, and her confidence is definitely building, so I'm very proud of her. So I'm no longer driving her Mustang because she's capable of driving it whenever she wants, as well as driving it properly. So I'm very proud of her. She did a really good job. She learned pretty quick, and now it's just, learning to be better, which is pretty cool. Super proud of her. Super proud. Super proud dad moment. Can't wait till my son learns to drive. That will be an interesting adventure, to say the least. With that being said, y'all, thank you for coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to be going over a couple things. So right now, there is not a second debate planned between Trump and Kamala. And a lot of people have been talking on the interwebs and the internet and everywhere else you can think of that they should have a second debate. Immediately after the first debate was over, within a couple days, the Kamala camp was asking for a second debate. And if you guys follow through with stuff like I do when it comes to fighters and fights and competitions, the first one to say they want a rematch is usually the loser. Well, if the loser wants a rematch, that means all they want to do is use it to get into a specific realm and try and, make their own thing happen. What I don't understand is why couldn't Kamala show up to the Fox debate that they had planned and just follow the rules they had set up. But instead, she canceled. Trump still went to it, had an open forum. And as far as I'm concerned, he had a really strong showing at that Fox town hall. And I believe that was one of the better segments that he was able to show who he is and what he plans on doing. And everybody can talk about how bad and evil Trump is. Well, I will put it like this. Here is my full pardon me. Here is my full, unadulterated, non-filtered opinion of former President Donald J. Trump. Now, before I say my opinion, I'm going to state this. If you feel that free speech is a necessity in our way of life, please give me a thumbs up in the chat. Or hit the thumbs up on the video. Now, This platform, even though they have been on the wrong side of censoring sometimes, this platform still is a platform for freedom of speech, and I'm going to use it to its fullest extent until I get my premium set up on X, and then I will be also doing this on X. So, that being said, I wanted to say, here's how I feel about Trump. Is he bombastic and sometimes says shit he shouldn't? Of course, everybody does. Everybody opens their mouths and sometimes says stupid stuff. There's videos of it all over the internet. There's videos of it on websites. There's pictures of it on X. There's even court cases over it, guys. Sometimes we say shit we shouldn't. Sometimes we type something we shouldn't because it's out of passion or out of emotion. I know I'm guilty of that. I know a lot of my friends and family that are also guilty of that because you feel so passionate or you feel a certain way about something that you state your opinion, you state how you feel, or you state what you do or don't like about something because it's all based in your heart. And sometimes, yeah, can it piss some people off? Yeah, of course. But that's what the First Amendment is for protecting speech that people don't like. Because guess what? If we liked everybody's speech, it wouldn't need protecting, would it? No, not at all. Now, second, I feel that Trump attacking people is great when it proves a point or a purpose, but attacking and name calling, I could really care less. I don't feel he should do it. I don't feel that it's appropriate. Oh, guys, I got to show you this on camera real quick before I lose it. Come on, clip camera. The road down here is completely flooded on my way home. Holy cow. Well, at least I caught most of it. Like I said, let's do it live. So anyway, guys, and because of that, I mean, I don't really care for it, but it's part of Trump's personality. It's who he is. It's who he's always been. He voices his opinion. If you don't like it, you don't care. I kind of feel the same way. I'm just not as vocal or have a platform like Donald Trump does. So therefore, what I say isn't as ridiculed or damn, that must have been sewage. Now my car stinks. I'm gonna have to give it a bath. That must have what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought. I'm not as big or as popular a person, so my opinions and my statements of people or things are not as ridiculed or focused on or fact-checked or whatever you want to call it, okay? But when it comes to Trump's policies and when it comes to his actions, because we've all been told that actions speak louder than words. When Trump was in office the first time, his actions spoke very loud and explicitly clear. He is America first. He cares about the citizens of this country, and he cares about them no matter what way they lean, left, right, center, or otherwise. He cares about the legal citizens of this country and legal immigrants of this country. And I feel that that is what's best for our country, or as some people, if you used to watch WWE back in the Attitude Era, that is what's best for business, is taking care of this country. Because if we don't take care of this, you wouldn't, I'll put this to you this way, you wouldn't go over to your neighbor, help him fix his water heater, help him fix his dishwasher, get him a new refrigerator, get him a new car, before you made sure your own household was in order, and you already had all that stuff in your own household, right? Well, we have issues here at home in our country we need to fix before we start spending money on anybody else. Because our country has to come first. Because if we don't take care of our own house it will fall to the wayside while we're trying to save everybody else's. And that right there is the biggest thing that I loved about Trump, is he was America first. Now, a couple key terms that the left are attacking him on right now. First one, American nationalist. Okay? That is such garbage. They try to associate that with Hitler and the Nazis because they called themselves German nationalists. Well, guess what? A German nationalist, they thought they were doing what was the best interest of their own country. They were wrong. They were morally and wholeheartedly wrong in what they tried to do, but their focus was on their own country. And when people call Trump an American nationalist, he is trying to care and take care of this country first and foremost. A lot of his newer policies, including the ones that Kamala tries to steal, are going to help our country out so much. Thing is, though, young JD, I don't think those two counteract each other or go against each other. If you're an American nationalist, you're caring about the humanity of your own country. I'm not saying it's against the humanity of another country, but you can't run a race with a broken leg. And right now, that's what America is trying to do with our open borders, all these illegal immigrants coming in. Oh my gosh, we're trying to help save them from their own country and the hardships they go through and this and that. We're not prepared for this. We cannot take this. We cannot handle this in our country. I'm right there with you, Vegas woman. And that's what I'm getting the point across is Trump is an American nationalist. They want to call it whatever and associate it with Nazis. They're garbage. My point is that's what Trump's main focus is being a part of this country and doing what's best for it. And that is what we need in office right now. That's what we needed in office 4 years ago. And I feel that people focus so much on words and not on actions anymore. Oh my God, he called me a jerk. He called me a moron. He said I was this. He said I was that. Grow the fuck up. Stop being a fucking snowflake. If you can't take someone voicing their opinion of you, whether or not it contains swear words, you fit my personal definition of a gosh damn snowflake. Because words are words. Unless somebody comes up and punches you in the face, you're not hurt. You're just being offended. And that's all it is. What are you talking about, Cartrese? He bans terrorist countries. And Saudi Arabia, I'm pretty sure Saudi Arabia was on that list of banned terrorist countries when it came to taking immigrants from. I'm pretty sure it was. I'd have to do some research because that's quite a long time ago, and we're talking almost 5 years when that was part of the discussion, if I remember correctly. Hey, Cartesi, do me a favor, don't talk to me like that. You're on my channel. If you don't like what I have to say, go away. You don't need to come into my channel and talk to me like that and tell me to pay attention. It's been 4 years. There's been a lot of stuff going on. I don't sit there and disrespect you with all these people watching. You don't need to disrespect me with all these people watching. No, it's not expressive. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Anyway, my next point when it comes to the Kamala Harris and Trump debate, the only way Trump should agree to another debate is if it's on his terms. Kamala wants to debate Trump again, by all means. Let it be on Fox News or Newsmax, and let the moderators be Elon Musk, Tucker Carlson, and who's the late night show he was just on? Gutfeld. Let those three be the moderators. And I really feel that would be the best, because Tucker Carlson, he's all about facts. He's not going to sit there and blow smoke up someone's ass and tell them shit just because he wants to tell them that. He's going to back it with facts. He's going to bring the receipts. That's how he is. That's how he always been. Same thing with Gutfeld. Gutfeld is a lot more comedy-based, but make him the host. Maybe not a debate moderator, but make him a host. And you can have Tucker Carlson and Elon Musk be the moderators. I think that'd be an amazing debate. Trump versus Kamala with Tucker Carlson and Elon Musk. That'd be amazing. I mean, hell, Tucker Carlson could handle it by himself, but either way, I still think it'd be an amazing debate. But we all know that Kamala would never agree to that, because Kamala won't even do an open air interview. And Kamala will not address the press because she cannot articulate her plans in a way that it makes sense. She always has circular reasoning, circular arguments, like the one about the children of the community. The children of the community are the children of the community. And we must escape from that has been and accomplished, and then we went to this and accomplished that, and therefore to help us to accomplish this, which never did that. She talks in circular reasoning. And it makes no sense. It has no definitive facts to it. And all she does is repeat diatribe garbage that's already been proven wrong by Snopes. For example, that's false, Cartresi. Yeah, that's false. You need to check your facts, buddy. No, I'd say it's the other way around, Brian. Kamala's too late for Trump to debate her, because she doesn't speak with any reasoning at all. And I really, if we get her as a president, we're screwed as a country. Right, and Steve, that's my whole point. If they make him a moderator, he's got a comedic standpoint to him, but at the same time, he'll still be neutral. He's not going to be biased like the moderators on the ABC debate. He's not going to be biased like the lady from the black press conference that Trump went to. I'm sorry, Black Journalist Club, I think it is. She did was start off by saying how much of a jerk he was, and she was from ABC. I mean, that right there is exactly the type of biased crap we need to get out of the debates, because when you have that type of biased crap, you can't give the people what they need to hear, and you can't present to the people the facts because they distort it. And there's been a bunch of leaks by whistleblowers from ABC that said that Kamala only agreed to the debate if she never got fact-checked, number one. Number two, they had to fact-check Trump live, because if they didn't fact-check Trump live, it wasn't fair to her. And I'm pretty sure they gave her the premise of the questions beforehand. But she still failed in that debate. She didn't accomplish anything in that debate. At the most, all she did was prove that she can spout garbage and spout lies and still be fact-checked and proven wrong. And that right there is what truly matters. No, Cartresi, what I said was I didn't remember, and I would have to double check it. I said nothing about whether or not it was true or false. I said I would have to double check it before I denied that you were correct. And I'm not a racist, Cartresi, but you know what, Cartresi? You just earned yourself There we go. No more Cartreezy, everybody. Now our lives are much better off. So anyway, that's the only way I would recommend for Donald Trump to battle Kamala Harris on the debate stage again. However, I am really excited to see what debate happens when it comes to what happens in the debate between J.D. Vance and Tim Walz. This is going to be amazing because you've got a guy who busted his ass in the military and then became a senator, has been in combat, versus a guy who claims he went to combat, claims he used weapons of war, and never did. He didn't go to combat. He went to Paris or London, France, and then he ended up becoming a senator. So Trump is not scared of Kamala, not by any means. I don't, no way in shape or form do I feel that he is scared of Kamala. She hasn't proven anything. So therefore, why be scared of her? And on top of that, everything she said at the debate, it was either circular reasoning, said nothing, or it was full of lies. Like, for example, the Charlottesville lie. She repeated that. The calling the military losers and suckers lie. That was a lie. Saying that, what was the other one she said in the debate? I'm trying to remember. What is it? I can't remember off the top of my head. But she said at least 4 different things that has been proven wrong on multiple times, including Snopes. If you haven't checked it out, check out the Snopes website when it comes to Trump. There are a bunch of things that Kamala has said about Trump that have been found false. And guess what? They were lies, actually. Trump did not say suckers and losers. Trump did not call neo-Nazis good people. And no, he didn't. King of it all, he did not raise taxes. Where the hell do you get that? Trump lowered taxes. And he gave money back to the people. But that would be the only reason why. But I really want to see what that J.D. Vance and Tim Walz debate is going to be, because Tim Walz, with his stolen valor, saying he retired as a command sergeant major, that was false. He may have held that position at one point in time, but that's not the rank he retired as. Number one. Number two, this claim that Kamala is a gun owner. Yeah. And then saying in an interview with Oprah that if somebody comes in her house, they're going to get shot. In the state of California, I highly doubt that. And when Tim Walz said that, we need to ban no one should own the weapons I used in the combat zone. Well, he was never in a combat zone, number one. Number two, AR-15s are not used in combat zones. AR-15s are not weapons of war. AR-15s, listen very closely to you, those of you that think otherwise. AR-15s, the rounds in them vary between the size of a 22 long round, all the way up to I think it's a 2.27, I believe. I'd have to look it up. Those are not weapons of war. If you took that to the battlefield, you'd die quicker than you killed anybody else, because you will not. You can use it as a weapon by all means, but it's great for home defense because rounds that are that small, they work great. You know why people use those rounds? Because they don't go through a whole bunch of walls. They don't go through a whole bunch of other shit. That's why my shotgun at home, my big pew-pew, I have it loaded with 3 rounds. I have birdshot, buckshot, and a slug right in a row. So if I have to fire more than once, guess what? I have a reason to. The first shot should scare them off. If it doesn't, the second shot's going to hurt them. If they're still coming after you, that third shot's going to definitely end it. Period. I'm a huge Second Amendment fan. Our Second Amendment rights should not be infringed. And for those of you that think they should, I don't think you guys understand why it was put into place. Do they have AR-15s that are chambered in 5.56? I didn't think it went up to that size of a round. I thought it was smaller. Because 5.56 I thought was M16 rounds. I thought 5.56 was M16 rounds, and anything smaller than that was AR-15. But I mean, if they have a 5.56 chambered AR-15, by all means. I don't own my own AR-15, so but I do have a lot of knowledge of them just because I have friends that have them, and very nice ones too, by the way. And I think it's hilarious that there's some people in my chat that want to sit there and act like big old keyboard warriors. By all means. Whatever. But see, it's not the people on the right, and it's not the, as you guys call it on the left, the MAGA crew that's trying to get people killed. No one that represents or is considered a Republican has said in any way, shape, or form that certain people need to be eliminated, that certain people need to have a target on their back, should be removed, should be whatever, all the other language that the left has used against Trump, which has encouraged all these frickin' morons that are trying to kill him, as well as the five assassination teams that are currently in the country, 2 of which are foreign and 3 of which are domestic? Or did you guys miss that fact check? I also think it's hilarious that people on the left, they're always so big about, oh, you need to be compassionate. But if you go to a Trump rally, you'll see more compassion than you will at a leftist rally. Oh my God, you're white and you're wearing a Trump hat. You're evil. You're a Marxist. You're a Nazi. You need to be shot. You need to be arrested. You shouldn't be here. And they've gotten attacked before. All are welcome at Trump rallies. It doesn't matter your skin color. It doesn't matter who you voted for. Trump cares about every person in this country. Now, will he call people out for their bullshit? Yeah, of course he will. Because that's what a real person does. Okay, let me pose this question to the chat, and I want everybody. I'm going to put it both. It's a yes or no question. So I want your guys' true opinion on this. If you were a billionaire, and instead of staying in a country that you cared a lot about and you spoke on it for 30 years, how you thought about running for president, because Trump spoke about it for almost 30 years about running for president. He thought about it. Oprah asked him about it. Heck, he was on Oprah's show and she asked him about it. And he said, yeah, I don't know if I'd run. I might. If I did, I'd do it as a Republican, because I'm sick of seeing our country lose. It's exactly what Trump said. I'm sick of seeing our country lose. I'm sick of seeing our country fall and fail in certain areas because we don't have smart people in office. But he didn't have to run. He didn't need to make $480,000 a year as president. He's a billionaire. He didn't need to be attacked by all the leftist people that think that he's, Satan incarnate. He didn't have to deal with that. But you know what? He did it. And he did it for one reason and one reason only. And I think y'all need to realize this. Because he cared about this country. Because he saw something that was wrong and he wanted to fix it. And he put his penthouse behind him and moved to the White House to do what was best for this country. And I think that's where our country falters. We need to understand that, I'm sorry, but fuck your feelings. I'm more worried about facts, and I'm more worried about actions. And one of the best things I've seen Trump do, and it's a picture I actually have on my phone at this point, is him hugging an American flag. And I think that truly shows where his heart is. And I really feel that our country will be in a very sad state after January 20th, 2025, if Kamala Harris is elected president. But I don't think she will be. I have faith that Trump is going to win this election and that we're going to move forward and make our country great again. And I feel that with Vance behind him and helping him, I feel that that is going to give him an upper hand in the 2028 elections. And I feel that Vance is going to be hopefully our 48th president. And if not, if he doesn't deserve it, by all means, I'll vote for whoever can. Tissues for MAGA. If I wasn't driving or in a car and I had a computer in front of me so I could, I'd love to look up stuff. But right now I can't. Like I said, I would look it up at a later point in time. Tune in tomorrow. Maybe you'll hear some truth. Maybe you'll hear the irrefutable facts that you're so desperately looking for. And I think everybody needs to realize, if Kamala gets into the White House, her dad is a Marxist professor. Marxism has never worked. Marxism has destroyed more countries than it's helped. And price fixing, unintended gains taxes, all this other stuff that Kamala has spoke about in the past. Oh, definitely Kamala. Kamala would be way worse than Hillary, because Hillary has to walk a fine line because of all the stuff her husband did. So she wouldn't be able to accomplish a lot unless it was garnered by the powers that be. But that's outside of my point. Our country needs to have the freedoms it currently has, and our country needs to have more freedoms, not put into place, but carved in granite. We already have rights. I didn't say she was responsible for her father's views, Michael Golahan. All I said was he was a Marxist professor. And if you don't understand the fact that parents, when they teach their children stuff, it's usually based upon the stuff they know and they focus their lives on. And I'm pretty sure that he taught her a lot of Marxist principles, and for her, she probably thinks they're normal or they're righteous. And that's great. You can have all the beliefs you want. But Marxism goes against the Constitution. That's why I don't agree with it. Because it takes away freedoms to make everybody equal. Everybody in this country has an equal start. You're not going to have an equal result, because that requires effort. You can call Trump a criminal, that's fine. It'll be appealed and overturned. That's fine. Well, she wants to do price fixing. That's going to hurt the production side of our world. That's going to hurt the farmers. That's going to hurt the companies that create the products, because their costs be damned. They're going to have to sell it for what the government says to sell it at, number one. The unintended gains tax that she has talked about, that's going to screw everybody that gets that wonderful $25,000 for their first-time home buyers, which you should not do that. Number three, the no fracking. Yeah, she can sit there. No, tariffs won't, because you know what tariffs do? Tariffs keep the companies in the United States and they don't pay a tariff. And you know what that does? That increases the economy because it gives people's jobs. It increases the economy because guess what? That company has to buy shit. So that company buys stuff. Those suppliers now get more money. They help, and that money goes right back into the economy of the local area. The people that work there, the money they earn, that goes to buy shit for their families because they come with them, and then that increases the economy. So you can sit there and say that tariffs are evil, but guess what? Tariffs are meant there to protect, number one, the United States. So let me ask you this: whoever asked the thing about tariffs. Let's say you own a production company that makes phone cases, kind of like what is that? Like Zizo, Z-I-Z-O. Let's say you own a company that makes phone cases. If you move your production to Mexico, you can undercut your competitor, but you cost 500 people their jobs. Just to save a buck and pad your bottom line. Everybody says how all the corporations are evil. Well, that point right there, that's evil. But as a president and as a House and Senate of the United States, when you can give a tax break to companies because they're providing people jobs and a way to make a living and support their families, those people turn around and that money goes right back into the economy. When people buy groceries, when people buy cars, when they buy homes, when they pay their renter's insurance, when they pay their car insurance, when they pay for the taxes in their local area, which covers roads, gas taxes, all that stuff. All that stuff helps increase the economy around that production plant. Now, let's say you're a competitor of the one like Zizo. Your product is made same way in the United States, but your competitor moves their production to Mexico or China or Africa or wherever you want to say, another country besides the U.S. And then they ship their items in and it costs them a fraction to ship them in and produce them, but now they sell them for 2/3 of what yours is and they start to steal your business. Does the tariff hurt the company that provides American jobs, or does the tariff hurt the company that not only costs 500 people their jobs, but are now trying to cost your employees their jobs by undercutting you and trying to put you out of business by going across the ocean to manufacture their shit? A tariff is meant to protect the country, not hurt it. Same thing with car manufacturing, all that shit. But you have to make sure that you have a government that is pro-business. If you don't have a government that's pro-business and pro-production and America first, you have a government that will handicap the companies no matter what the tariffs are, no matter what countries are shipping in shit. Because if you don't have a government that supports the companies that are in the United States, you do not have a company that can survive unless you're using outside resources to stay afloat. For example, Walmart, Temu, Wish, Alibaba, AliExpress. Zizo actually is a foreign case. There's tons of other cases that, like cell phone providers, cell phone accessory companies that pop up in malls. They come up and they'll buy all this shit from China and sell it to you at the same price that for an American product, if there isn't an American equivalent, and they make a bigger profit because they have less cost on their bottom line. Hey, you know what? I'm all for the free market, but I'm still America first. I work for a company that buys stuff from American-made companies. We buy windows from a company that makes all their windows here in the U.S. Actually, we buy from 3 different companies that make all their stuff here in the U.S. They're not in the state I live or work in, but they are here in the U.S. We buy those windows from them and we sell them to our customers. Do we make a lot of money? No, we don't. And I've seen the numbers. We may not make a lot of money, but you know what? We're still taking care of our country by supporting those that manufacture the windows, those that ship the windows, us that receive the windows, us that ship the windows, and then deliver the windows. And that is what Trump is all about. Trump is America first. My fear, and this is my biggest fear, and I'm going to close with this, guys. My biggest fear is that somebody's going to look at that letter that the DOJ released the other day from I can't remember the dude's last name. I keep wanting to say Roush, but I know it's not Roush. I think it's Ralph or Rouse or something like that. The guy who just tried to shoot Trump at a golf course, the second assassin. The letter that the DOJ released that was from him, by releasing that letter, I think they put Trump's life in greater danger. Because they even put on there the amount that the dude said he would pay to people to kill Trump. I mean, you got to be kidding me. The DOJ is going to release something that says, yeah, this guy was going to do the job, but since he failed, here's the letter he wrote to anybody who can read it. Hey, if you do the job, I'll give you $150K. Are you freaking kidding me? I agree. They are a weak administration. Biden-Harris is the weakest and most incompetent administration I've ever seen in the White House. Everybody knows it, but no one's willing to admit it publicly, especially the big news groups, because they know that'll take the feet out from under Kamala and she'll lose the election outright. But she's going to lose anyway. But that being said, guys, I hope everyone has a great rest of your hump day. It has been a wonderful day for me. I'm going to go take a short nap. Then I'm off to job number 2. And I'll probably go out I'll probably come home, have a drink, and go to bed like I usually do. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming in. This is Archon Delight with Snook Fam. I'm out of here.